Yeah. Pull up a chair. We just talking. Yeah. We just chewing the fat, kicking it back. Cap Q, Gregory, DT on the track. If you wanna laugh, if you wanna react, hit play, lean in.
All right, welcome to Chewing the Fat podcast show, a show where we talk about everything, nothing, everything in between, current events, conspiracy theories, everything. As always, we got my co-host Gregory.
Yo!
And DT, looking sparkly.
What up?
How we doing? We're doing good. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Sparkly.
Good. Sparkly.
I'm glistening.
Sparkly. He's glistening. And
I'm a shining light.
Right? There we go.
I'm the
You're
meteor that
all
was
stars.
over Lake
All
Erie.
stars.
I forgot about that new intro. Just like
Oh, really?
kicked off,
Yeah,
and I was
well,
like, "Oh yeah, that's
you guys
right."
were late
Like
last
the
week.
second in.
You guys were late, so
We're late.
you didn't see it last week.
I saw it.
So that
You didn't see it.
now this is your first show with the new intro, and I love it. DT,
And you know what?
Great song,
Yeah.
and it just fits.
It did.
And,
It does.
It flows.
I was impressed with how
And
well
it-
it came together.
And it says my name right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That part is awesome too. I just like heard it clearly this time. And it plays off my TV's audio. So that's kind of cool.
interesting.
I wonder if you play another video, what if it's going to play over there.
Well,
That might-
But,
It may or may not cause feedback. Though.
yeah. Oh yeah, maybe.
I'm muted when the intro plays, but just thoughts out loud. Just chewing the fat here, you know.
Well, it looks like we're not live on Facebook for some reason. I messed with it and then I reconnected it, but it didn't work. So we are not live on Facebook. Sorry, guys, but we are live on YouTube and Rumble.
Go to YouTube. Check us out.
That's it, I was Googling it. It's because the the authorization or whatever is, lapsed. So I'll just have to post this on there later. But tonight we were going to talk about, he just recently passed away, or we could say that he allowed death to take him finally. Chuck Norris passed away, one of the OGs. A legend. So we'll talk about him and a little bit and go through all his facts, the facts that went around and then we'll just, open forum, chewing the fat and see what we talk about.
Mm-mm.
So let's start
Mm-hmm.
with a little brief bio of Chuck Norris. Actually, I could share this. We'll share this screen here. So, Chuck Norris was born Carlos Ray Norris on March 10th, 1940, in Ryan, Oklahoma. Norris was a shy and unathletic kid. His life changed trajectory in 1958 when he joined the United States Air Force as an air policeman stationed in Osan Air Base in South Korea. Where's that? Was that still around in South Korea? I mean, that's an Air Force base, but aren't those bases usually Army, Air Force bases, Greg? Aren't they usually kind of
What?
near each
Yeah,
other?
what's it? What city did it say?
Osan. Air base,
Osan, South Korea.
Korea.
I wasn't near there, but yeah, it's probably still there.
And that's where he received the nickname Chuck. And
Which
he
is
became-
cool.
Yeah, right. Began his rigorous training in Tang So Do. This sparked a lifelong passion in martial arts and would eventually lead him to create his own discipline. Basically Chuck Do. Chun Kuk Do. After
That sounds-
after returning to the United States, Norris became became a formidable force
Yeah.
in the martial arts world. He won the professional middleweight karate champion title in 1968 and held it for 6 consecutive years. During this time, he also opened a chain of karate schools where he taught several celebrity students, including Steve McQueen, Bob Barker, and Priscilla Presley. Acting in Hollywood success, his breakout role, his cinematic breakthrough, came in 1972 when he starred as Bruce Lee's formidable opponent in the classic martial arts film The Way of the Dragon, which that's what the Chuck Norris facts. The only person to beat Chuck Norris is Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Throughout the 80s, he became a major box office draw, starring high-octane action films like Missing in Action and The Delta Force. And then we all know this as a television icon from 93 to 01, which I didn't know it ran that long. But I guess it did. Norris found new level of mainstream fame starring the hit TV Walker, Texas Ranger, which played heavily on his tough guy martial arts persona.
Before reading and before you read it there, did you know that a lot of people actually think it's Enter the Dragon?
That's true. I think that's
the American title is.
There is Enter the Dragon and there is Way of the Dragon.
There's 2 different movies. Everyone thinks it's Enter the Dragon that he was in. It's The Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon, yeah.
Correct.
Enter the Dragon, he fights that guy in the end with the claws. That's like one of his famous pictures.
Return of the Dragon.
That's the documentary.
Return of the Dragon is the
like the
Americanized title. There's I'll find it. Go on. Carry on. You're right though, Dave.
In 2005, Norris gained massive unexpected resurgence in popularity with the internet trend Chuck Norris facts. These satirical factoids playfully exaggerated his toughness, masculinity, and martial arts prowess. He stares. Oh, that's an example of his facts, which we have. I have here. 100. I said I use Gemini to make these little things, which I think Gemini is internet based, so it's not like a true, like I guess with its like music and image creation, it's a true AI, but Gemini is more internet based, so it pulls a bunch of stuff from the internet to give you the info. But yeah, there is one of them that Chuck Norris doesn't read books; he just stares at them until they give them they give him the information he wants.
Oh no! Okay, go on.
Well, that's his little bio. Chuck Norris tears cure cancer. Too bad he never cries.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Chuck Norris does not sleep; he waits. Chuck Norris can divide by 0.
Counted. Chuck Norris
twice. Go ahead, Greg, if you want to read some.
When the boogeyman goes to sleep every night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris destroyed the periodic table because he only recognizes the element of surprise. Chuck Norris can kill 2 stones with 1 bird.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Chuck Norris beat the sun in a staring contest.
I think the one that's even better than both of those is Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That one's always a good one.
Yeah, I've heard this one. The rattlesnake, the cobra. Chuck Norris once got bit by a rattlesnake. After 3 days of pain and agony, the snake died.
I like
the onions cry.
Yeah, that one. Too. I just read that one today when I was working. I was telling the guy, you never heard of these? And I was like, when Chuck Norris cuts an onion, the onion cries. That's the other way it was. That's the way it was written.
Oh, that's funny.
Chuck Norris knows Victoria's Secret.
Chuck Norris,
It's
your
also
sign language.
yes. It's also the way you read it.
Yeah.
Your sign language.
Chuck Norris can speak Braille.
Yeah. Right. This is when Chuck Norris does a push up, he isn't lifting himself up; he's pushing the earth down.
Yes, he said that one publicly.
Door.
Or
yeah, he was just that's crazy. Like he just put out a video like a couple days before he passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's when your number's called, that's it. Because he seemed like he was in good health.
Yeah, I think. Oh, do you have that? You don't know where I sent that video? It was Messenger or text, either one. It was only those two.
And you sent it just to me.
Yeah, actually, like email it or what? Probably email it,
a
right?
picture here. Okay, I got it. Hold on.
He's in his fax room. Just fax it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it here.
This just in.
Okay.
There were two of them, but yeah, hopefully this is the one.
It's loading up. I got it.
Okay.
I found it.
Yeah, that's
it's
good stuff.
Go ahead, Dave. You read one while I'm pulling it up.
Chuck Norris can build a snowman out of rain.
Uh,
this is like one of those other ones. I think this is a good version because it's kind of different from everything that you hear, because you always hear Chuck Norris can. So I like this one because it's kind of different. Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is.
yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. All right. Here is this right here.
Chuck Norris doesn't make a phone call. He just picks it up and the person is there already. Something like that.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Yeah, like this one. Time waits for no man.
Oh,
unless that man is Chuck Norris.
It's hard to say. Oh, I could pull this up.
Can you make that bigger?
I can't make it.
Oh.
Let's see if I can.
Or just take us out of there.
I could do. Hold on. I'm going to find it online. I know you
can. Yeah.
You should ask Gemini to recreate that.
Oh, yeah.
Gemini's pretty cool at doing stuff like that. Pretty cool.
Chuck Norris won the game of Connect 4 in 3 moves.
Oh, that's good.
There's no theory of evolution. It's just a list of creatures Chuck Norris allows to live.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
That's good.
Oh, so silly.
Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience. Let me see. Let me see. These are probably all the same.
He probably knew about these too. He's got to have some that he made up himself.
Chuck said, jeez, that was a Freudian slip. God said, "Let there be light." Chuck Norris replied, "Say please." So I just said, Chuck said. Chuck Norris was the... Go ahead.
Chuck Norris can light a fire by rubbing 2 ice cubes together.
Chuck Norris was one of the original wise men. He gave Jesus a 4th gift, the gift of beard. The other wise men were so jealous that they wrote him out of the Bible. That's why we don't see them ever again. That's true. In the Bible, the 3 wise men they're never in the rest of the Bible ever again.
I'm looking for that image here.
Chuck Norris got mad at a dinosaur just once. Only once.
This one. I just put Chuck Norris sleeps like a baby on Elm Street. It's got him in I think his arm's broken, or his glove hand.
Yeah.
Chuck
Little
Norris
kids.
a bowling ball.
Oh, geez. Little kids like to wear Superman underwear. Superman likes to wear Chuck Norris underwear.
I saw this one. Chuck Norris doesn't flush a toilet. He scares the crap out of it.
He scares the shit out of it.
Chuck Norris can strangle you with a cordless phone.
Oh, man.
Chuck Norris built the cabin he was born in.
I saw another one. Chuck Norris drove his mom home from the hospital.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Keanu from the other room was just saying one. The same one that Quentin just said.
Oh, wow.
Captain Q. Exactly. He goes, Chuck Norris just drove himself home from the flu gets a Chuck Norris shot every year.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Nice.
It only takes Chuck Norris 20 minutes to watch 60 minutes.
Oh, man. That's good.
Silly.
I know. It's such, what a great time to be alive during that when that was a 05, a whole sensation. We were just telling it to each other.
It was
still than that.
Oh yeah, because in Korea in 2011, I was just randomly sending them when a new one came up. So I think actually that's a good search. When did the Chuck Norris thing? Fun fact start.
It said 2005.
It does.
Yeah, were you paying attention?
No, I wasn't. I was like,
okay.
reading in the background. When Chuck Norris drives a manual transmission, it acts like an automatic.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny stuff. Oh,
Chuck Norris once went to Mars. That's why there's no signs of life.
Waldo is actually hiding from Chuck Norris.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Chuck Norris uses pepper spray to season his meat.
Oh man, where are we at? Let me
Chuck
pull
Norris
it up.
played Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun and won.
When Chuck Norris does division, there are no remainders.
Chuck Norris can play the violin with a piano.
Yes. Chuck Norris once kicked a horse in the face. We now call those giraffes.
When Chuck Norris enters a room, he doesn't turn the lights on. He turns the dark off.
Yes.
The one below it's really good too. Chuck Norris can pick oranges from an apple tree and make the best lemonade you've ever tasted.
Oranges, apples, lemonade.
There's one sort of like the one
we had a lemonade.
Superman owns a pair of Chuck Norris pajamas.
Yes.
Chuck Norris can sneeze with his eyes open.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't think this one's going to show up, and if it does, I'll be very surprised. But Chuck Norris is the only man that can eat a banana and not look gay.
That's a good one.
That's not over here. That I just remembered that one.
Chuck Norris doesn't churn butter. He roundhouse kicks the cow and the butter comes straight out.
Chuck Norris can eat just one Lay's potato chip.
Oh, man. Freddy Krueger has nightmares about Chuck Norris. There it is.
There we go. That's the Chuck Norris doesn't go swimming. Water just wants to be around him.
Oh man, Chuck
Chuck Norris
Norris won the
clapped
Tour
with
de
one
France.
hand.
What?
The one underneath what you just read. I'm sorry.
Oh, Chuck Norris can unbake a cake.
Wow, 41.
Chuck Norris can clap with one hand.
41.
Yeah, aliens do exist. They're just waiting until Chuck Norris dies before they attack. Oh man.
Whoa, it's
Maybe
on
they're
now.
Yeah, now they're gonna attack. We last week's show. They're gonna attack now.
There is no control key on Chuck Norris's keyboard. Chuck Norris is in control.
You're damn right.
Chuck Norris once kicked a horse in the chin. Its descendants are now known as drafts.
Most people fear the Reaper. Chuck Norris considers him a promising rookie.
Oh man.
A promising rookie. Someone tried to make a brand of toilet paper with Chuck Norris's face on it, but the idea was rejected because Chuck Norris doesn't take crap from anybody.
Nice.
That was number one.
That's good.
On this list.
We're still down at we're at what, 40? Yeah. Chuck Norris doesn't wash his clothes. He disembowels them.
He once participated in the running of the bulls. He walked.
Oh man.
There's the giraffes one.
Yeah.
I read that one.
Chuck Norris can do a wheelie on a unicycle.
And it said he won the Tour of France on a unicycle.
This is like another one of the ice. It could start by using 2 wet sponges.
Yeah. When Chuck Norris falls in water, he doesn't get wet. Water gets Chuck Norris.
The dark is afraid of Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris invented airplanes because he was tired of being the only one that could fly.
Oh, man. If Chuck Norris doesn't dial the wrong number, you picked up the wrong phone.
Chuck Norris's calendar goes straight from March 31st to April 2nd because no one fools Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris once ate a whole cake before his friends could tell him there was a stripper in it.
Oops.
Oh, man.
Chuck Norris can drown a fish.
Chuck Norris doesn't get frostbite. Chuck Norris bites frost.
Chuck Norris can tie his shoes with his feet.
Oh, read number 62. That's great.
Chuck Norris beat Halo 1, 2, and 3 on Legendary with a broken rock band guitar. Oh, man.
That's
that
great.
could be good. That could be Guitar Hero too.
Oh.
Chuck Norris could cut
guitar.
a knife with hot butter.
Chuck Norris doesn't breathe. He holds air hostage. Chuck Norris's blood type is AK-47.
That's a good one.
He can
Chuck
unscramble an egg.
Yeah. There's that one again. Why Waldo is hiding. Chuck Norris can make a slinky go upstairs.
Chuck Norris caught COVID-19. COVID-19 had to isolate for 14 days.
That's
a
awesome.
good one. Wow.
Oh, man.
Chuck Norris does not use spell check. If he happens to misspell a word, Oxford just simply changes the actual spelling.
Oh, man. This is great.
Wow.
Yeah, when
There
Chuck
we go. We got
Norris
that
cuts
one.
onions, onions cry.
That's we've heard that one already.
Yeah.
It's the second time that's on there.
I guess he really makes them cry. They're still crying about it.
Chuck Norris can text using a rotary phone.
Oh, man. That's good.
Chuck Norris won a marathon because he started at the finish line. He's already a winner.
Parallel park a train.
There's the kill a rock with a bird, but that one's
77.
Chuck Norris doesn't have a bank account. He just tells the bank how much money he needs.
Oh yeah.
The Bermuda Triangle used to be the Bermuda Square until Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked one of the corners off. Wow,
Chuck
we
Norris
haven't
knows
seen
the
the
last name of
roundhouse.
Thai.
The lats. Yeah, we haven't seen roundhouse kick ones.
Yeah.
There used to be a lot of those. He can roundhouse kick this and that.
Oh man.
Chuck Norris doesn't need a parachute to skydive. He only needs a parachute if he wants to skydive twice.
Chuck Norris once went to a psychic to warn her.
Oh man.
Chuck Norris can peel an apple with his bare hands.
Chuck Norris can hit you so hard that your blood will bleed.
Oh, we
Nixter
said that
the
one,
flu.
Nixter. But yes,
Yeah.
the flu has to get the Chuck Norris shot.
Chuck Norris once got into a knife fight. The knife lost. Chuck Norris doesn't step on toes. He steps on necks.
Chuck Norris once brought a knife to a gunfight. He won.
Chuck Norris can fold a bowling ball in half.
Foldable.
Oh, there's a roundhouse one. Chuck Norris can do a roundhouse kick in a square room.
It's just silly wording.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris can't delete the recycle bin.
Chuck Norris can remember the future. Chuck Norris's computer has no backspace button. Chuck Norris doesn't make mistakes.
Nor does his pencil have an eraser.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Chuck Norris doesn't mow his lawn. He stands on the porch and dares it to grow.
I think there's one like that about his haircut. Like getting a haircut. He never needs a haircut. He just dares his hair to grow any longer. There's 2 drops of water together. That one's just reworded.
Yeah, there's
Chuck Norris
a few
can
that
make
are
a
just
fire.
yeah, with two wet sponges, 2 ice cubes.
Chuck Norris can finish. Yeah. Chuck Norris finished a Rubik's Cube in 0 seconds. He just stared at it until it aligned itself out of fear.
Oh, man.
Number 100, Q.
Chuck Norris was once told he couldn't make a list of 100 facts about himself. He made 101 just to prove them wrong. Oh, man.
Is there more down there?
No.
No. There should be 101.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris. That's it. 101 is just Chuck Norris.
Oh, man.
You know that
Yeah.
fight. You know that fight scene in The Way of the Dragon was filmed illegally in the Coliseum.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they
Oh,
snuck in.
yeah.
They snuck in. They had 2 cameras with them, and they had 4 hours to try to shoot it all.
Oh, wow. Chuck Norris is the only person who could see John Cena. Nixter. Good comment. Good comment.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, man. But yeah, he's a legend. And I was like, I'm surprised I haven't seen the post, because every time somebody like, Chuck Norris or like Ozzy Osbourne, they're like, well, protect Willie Nelson at all costs. Like, he's another
Legend.
But I pulled up some other legends in Hollywood. Greg's got a whole sheet, but I'll do just a little brief.
Yeah. Before we go to there, we were talking about The Way of the Dragon. Can you bring this up over here?
Yeah.
So it is The Way of the Dragon, but there is the same movie called Return of the Dragon. It's just the American title. And look, starring the same people, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, there is.
So a lot of people think this is a sequel to Enter the Dragon. And it is not. It is a different movie.
Wow.
And because of his fame in America, they sold more calling it Return of the Dragon. And then it turns out you were right. Like, you're right that people were like mistaken and call this and then forget that there's a return and call it Enter the Dragon.
That's cool that there's like two separate things like that, though.
Yeah.
That come from one movie. That's pretty cool.
Nixter said, the Undertaker isn't actually the dead man. He's just the only person who survived a high five from Chuck Norris. So I picked, I just grabbed a couple Hollywood legends. One of them is Jack Nicholson. He's been in there for a long time. His first movie, Jack Nicholson's first movie, was the original Little Shop of Horrors. But Jack Nicholson was born in 1937 in New Jersey. He grew up working class family, raised by his grandmother. Oh, yeah, I just saw this too. That he supported older sister June was actually his biological mother, a family secret Nicholson did not discover till 1974, well into his fame.
That's kind of crazy.
And then he eventually transitioned to screen acting, making his debut in low-budget teen. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Or fact check it. Making his debut in low-budget teen drama, The Crybaby Killer, in 1958.
Ooh.
For a decade, he ground out a living in B-movies, frequently collaborating with independent filmmaker Roger Corman on projects like The Little Shop of Horror and The Raven. Wow. I have to check that one out.
Interesting. Pretty interesting.
He's been Hollywood icon, 70s, the 90s. He was in 5 easy pieces. Chinatown is a great one. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay, you can change it to your screen. Sorry.
Oh, I've just we don't have to show up the. I mean, I could.
Oh.
We'll just hide yours. Boop. And he started in The Shining, Terms of Endearment, Batman, As Good as It Gets. What is that one with Tom Cruise? You Can't Handle the Truth. Jack Nicholson.
Few Good Men.
Oh, Two Good Men.
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men.
There was this interview and they were talking about that scene. And they're like, well, we have to shoot it. Tom Cruise, the coverage. So basically they shoot it from both ways, but you can't have the camera in there from one way or the other. It's not 2 cameras at the same time. They do it, they shoot it one direction, shoot it the other just to explain it. So when they're doing the coverage, they do it kind of half speed because they're not on camera. Jack Nicholson gave it the exact same way twice. Like, they're going, this is not heard of. Like, I can't find the difference in the performance.
Yeah, he's a
and
legend.
That scene.
And then he sort of has a legend because there was those the photos of him like on a yacht eating a sub sandwich with all like a couple girls. He's like, be like Jack Nicholson. He's just singing in the water, like, there was.
Yeah.
I love him in Anger Management. He's so good.
Great. Jack
I said over easy. Throws the thing. No, yeah. Why did I do that?
That's so funny. Jack Nicholson.
Come over here and say it.
Pizza.
We read that one. So why don't you tune in and watch us?
Yeah, tune in, comment in.
Comment in.
Where
you can type it in there too, buddy.
Go ahead and like, if you're watching it, you're enjoying it, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, give us a comment. It helps the show. It helps the algorithm. I think it's. I can't hear it because I have the headphones, but I think it's thundering outside, and Mia's barking. She doesn't like she doesn't get scared, like she doesn't hide or quit. She just barks at it. I don't know if you guys can hear in the background or not.
We can hear Will's dogs barking.
Yeah.
Not your dog.
So here
your
we go.
Your dog definitely sound. I hope your dog doesn't have that deep of a bark.
little Mia. Yeah.
Holy!
Oh my gosh! Well, good. You know,
like right out of a Naked Gun movie.
I picked another Hollywood icon that I picked. This one I will show on the screen here. Is B. Arthur, most famous for Golden Girls, and then she was made popular. Like I think in Deadpool, he paid like a bunch of money to be able to wear her shirt on film because he was such a big fan. But she was born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Cambridge. This is a fun fact that I think is great. As she served in World War II, in 1943, she became one of the first members to enlist in the United States Marine Corps Women's Reserve. She worked as a typist, a truck driver, and dispatcher, eventually being honorably discharged as a staff sergeant in 1945.
Staff sergeant.
Staff sergeant. Hold on a second. All right. Because she's barking. You can't hear her at all?
I do now.
Yeah, I just heard that.
She got louder.
She got closer. Yeah, that. Yep.
I like to I say it sometimes when she's barking, I do it like the RV salesman. No more.
Winnebago.
Yeah, the Winnebago salesman. Man, that's great. That's if you guys haven't checked that out, audience out there, just YouTube Winnebago salesman, and you will have a delight. It will be hilarious.
Somebody compiled all the bloopers.
Yeah. She was, I mean, B. Arthur was famous for the Golden Girls. We all know her as Dorothy in the Golden Girls. She was great. And then as another one I pulled up that is just same show. Everybody knows and loves her. It's taking a second here. Is Betty White. So I pulled up Betty White as another legend of Hollywood. Born in Oak Park, Illinois, raised in Los Angeles. She was the first lady of game shows, which I didn't know this. Throughout the 60s and beyond, White became a beloved staple on American game shows like the Match Game, to Tell the Truth, and Password, which I know the Match Game. I've never heard To Tell the Truth or the Password.
Password. I bet if you watched it, you go, oh, yeah.
It was on Password that she met the show's host, Alan Ludden, who became her third husband. And then Stardom. White is remembered for two iconic television roles that defined different eras of comedy. The Mary Tyler Moore Show and, of course, the Golden Girls. So she was, and then she was still acting all the way up. She was like 99 or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And she was 99, and then she was in that Hot in Cleveland or something like that show.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia? No.
No, it was something with the title Cleveland. I thought it was Hot in Cleveland. Yeah, Hot in Cleveland. It had her.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
It had the lady, Jane Leaves she was in Frasier, Wendy Malick. I don't know who she is. Betty White. But it was good.
Valerie Bertolini.
And you pulled up some stars, right?
So what I have, is just like people notable of notable mention. Iconic Hollywood legends like Marlon Brando, Marilyn Monroe, and Humphrey Bogart redefined acting and screen presence, leaving a lasting impact on film, fashion, and culture. They established the method acting technique, iconic film noir archetypes, and global beauty standards that continue to influence modern stardom, fashion, and storytelling. Marlon Brando revolutionized acting in introducing raw, method, intensity to films like A Streetcar Named Desire, transforming acting from theatrical to authentic realism. Marilyn Monroe, transcending the dumb blonde trope to become a global pop culture icon, pioneering the combination of comedic timing with vulnerability while also establishing her own production company. Humphrey Bogart, defining the tough guy archetype, and the clinical, world-wearying protagonist of film noir in classics like Casablanca and The Maltese Falcon. Audrey Hepburn, epitomised elegance and style, bridging fashion and film, while her humanitarian work established a new legacy for stars. James Dean became the ultimate symbol of youth rebellion and alienated masculinity despite a very short career. And then Trailblazers, Sidney Poitier, implicity through not in search, often mentioned with Hattie McDaniel, broke racial barriers to become the first black man to win Best Actor, commending respect in films that challenged segregation.
Didn't he just pass away too?
Yeah, maybe. I think a couple years. Hattie McDaniel, I've never heard of that. Changed history as the first black person to win the Academy Award, representing a trailblazing Alabet conversational moment in Hollywood representation. Modern icons. Tom Cruise redefined the modern blockbuster, combining death-defying stunts with unwavering charisma to maintain global superstar status over decades.
He also runs in every single film.
Yeah.
It was like one of the jokes. It was like a Tom Cruise in every movie. And he's just running with a suit on.
Yeah. Just running fast. He's also a really tremendous actor where you can be watching it and go, oh, yeah, that's Tom Cruise. Point in case. Just his small little cameo in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Like didn't we talk about this?
He embodies that producer. Like, you could see that guy exists.
He's probably that character is probably like a combo of like some producers that he's worked with. And I think we were talking offline that he was adamant on getting fat fingers. So he had a prosthesis person. Fat hands. He's wanted fat hands for this guy. Like, and it was just
Les Grossman needs fat hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, all right.
Probably a couple producers he's worked with that he combined together to make that character. It's so good.
The one story that and there's a clip of Matt Damon telling it, but he goes, I want to do this stunt where I'm going to take a motorcycle and I'm going to jump off and then I'm going to parachute. And so stunt guy, you got to talk to the stunt guy. So we said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the motorcycle. We're going to jump off, parachute. And he goes, it can't be done. And I said, well, what'd you do? He goes, well, I fired the stuntman,
Yeah.
the stunt coordinator.
Yeah.
Like,
He
they
did
did it. It's in a movie. It's in one of the most recent
Well, yeah, I've seen
movies.
the trailer where he's driving off the cliff there.
Dead Reckoning. Is
Yeah,
that the?
Yeah, maybe.
Is it in
Dead
that one,
Reckoning
Dave?
Part
Didn't you
2.
just watch that?
I haven't watched that new one yet, but it's in the last Mission Impossible.
Okay, so it is that one, yeah.
Yeah, Part 2, I think. Dead Reckoning was Part 1 and Part 2. Because that's the trend in Hollywood now to have 2 parts.
And his him as Lestat in Interview with a Vampire.
It's great.
Meryl Streep set the standard for modern dramatic excellence, holding the record for Oscar nominations and demonstrating unmatched versatility.
Yeah, Meryl Streep is great.
So
she's a good one.
And then you want to go jump to this next?
Well, the one I picked.
Go ahead, Dave. Yeah, but take mine down.
I'm happy that your list that you came up with, that or whoever that came up with, didn't have this one in there. Because it's twofold. And this is before Kung Fu.
Yes.
And this is before the launch of Marlon Brando. Elvis Presley, Hollywood legend.
Okay.
Now, later in his career, I'm going to work backwards. Later in his career, his agent, basically, it's one of the well-known stories in Hollywood. So A Star Is Born, the original one was in the 70s. Barbra Streisand wanted Elvis to be the other part, but his agent wouldn't allow that to happen because they asked for such an astronomical billing for Elvis in the movie that it couldn't be done. And it's still today one of the highest known, talked about contract things, biggest what-ifs. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine Elvis in Star Is Born? That'd be crazy.
Instead of Chris Christopherson?
He was a 7th degree black belt in karate. He learned that in Germany. Okay.
Ooh, wow.
So when he was doing his movies, he did his own choreography in these fight scenes in the 50s and the 60s leading up to the Kung Fu movement, which he, I don't know why he wouldn't even film a Kung Fu movie. That would have been great too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There would definitely be still memes going around of him doing Kung Fu stuff today. Get out of here. I mean, maybe he did it on a stage a little bit,
Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe that's where those moves did come from later on.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
The white jumpsuit.
He turned down The Star Is Born, and then the No Song movie. Elvis was so tired of being forced to sing in every movie that for the 1969 Western Charro, he made a stand. It's his only movie where he does not sing a single note on screen. He only sings the title song over the opening credits. He also grew a real beard for the role, a total departure from his clean-cut idol look.
Oh.
So if you haven't seen that or seen a capture of that, I advise you to check those out. That's a really cool thing to look up because you only know him about the clean-cut look.
You had to have a beard. Yeah.
So I had heard this and I had just looked it up to make sure that he studied under Bruce Lee. Elvis did.
Oh, yeah?
So it says Elvis Presley did not formally study under Bruce Lee.
He did not. That is a fact. He didn't have a stutter.
Elvis Presley did not formally have a stutter, but socially, he was known to really
get nervous.
He could get a little bit. But the two legends met and trained together briefly in the late 60s. Lee taught Elvis some Jeet Kune Do techniques in Los Angeles, focusing on explosive energy, but they were friends and colleagues rather than students and master. That's cool.
That is cool.
He's just like, I'm going to come over and hang out. Cool. Let me show you this. 1-inch punch.
Supposedly him and Elvis and Nixon were friends. There was a movie out about them being friends and correspondence and stuff like that.
Another Bruce Lee fact that I meant to mention when we were talking about Chuck Norris and the Way of the Dragon is there's a clip somewhere, either Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris are talking about kicks, and Chuck Norris like employed Bruce to use more kicks, the power and dexterity of kicks.
I think I remember
after
seeing
that
too. Like, why don't you kick so much? You know,
yeah, and after that, the subsequent movies had more kicks.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So that's how badass Bruce Lee is.
Bruce Lee, I think it was for, what is it, the Green Hornet? Was this show he was on? I think that's what, like, maybe that's when that came up. They were talking about it because he was like, you're not using you don't use enough kicks. And then later episodes, it's more kicks.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, who do you think of the current, like, we could say Leonardo DiCaprio is like a current era, acting legend. Who else would you put in that list? Like, of the newer, like, I would put Cillian Murphy in there as he's more recluse. His films are phenomenal. His shows are great. Who else would you put in that kind of the modern era of actor? Who do you think are going to become legends or remain legends?
It's funny because I'm about to go see in a couple days the Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling, and our favorite comedian Pete Holmes has his gay for Gosling bit.
Oh yeah,
but he's like,
his bit.
Drive, the movie Drive changed my life or whatever. You could be cool and say less, But that's Ryan Gosling might be up there.
I do like Ryan Gosling.
He's got some Ryan Reynolds probably up there too. He's doing stuff.
You brought him up. I'm glad you brought Ryan Reynolds up because if we had to choose, both Laura and I, we are Gosling over Reynolds. I think Gosling's just as funny but less arrogant. That's how we.
Oh, less pompous.
Less pompous.
I like pompous. That's a fun word.
Pompous. Precipice. That's a good word too. Like
a hole.
Yeah.
You can put your
like right now.
Right in this precipice. Shove your precipice.
I would just watch the Earth stood still, right, and we're at the precipice of change. Only at the precipice do we change, and I just have
precipice. I'm at the precipice of stuffing your pompous in this precipice. You don't settle down.
Ryan Gosling is just as funny, if not funnier, but less pompous. So, like, he's hilarious in the Nice Guys. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yes.
Great film.
I rewatched that just to have a good giggle.
Yeah, like when I was living with Dan, we watched it a few times. Like, it was like, oh my God, that's great. What do you got, Dave? Who do you think is going to be a modern person that could be a legend or is a legend now?
I don't know. You threw a loop for that one. I would have to think on that. I have to get back to you. I don't know off the top of my head.
We're doing live. You're doing it live.
Are you going?
I don't know.
First, are you going Gosling or Reynolds? If you got to pick.
Nick said Project Hail Mary, 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Nick. No spoilers.
Like celebrity deathmatch style. Who am I picking, or who am I picking just better overall?
Who do you think is better overall?
Yeah, overall, that's a good way.
They're both good. I don't know. I don't like the one or the other. Scenario.
I know. That's what a hypothetical is.
You know what? Maybe next episode. We'll do like Greg and I were talking about it.
If I say that, if I say Gosling, I'm not saying I like Ryan Reynolds. If I say Ryan Reynolds, it's not like I'm just saying
No,
I
they're
don't
both
like Gosling.
they're
I
both
like both of them.
respectable in their own right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
But if you had to put one above the other, which way would it go?
I guess I'll go Gosling because G's higher than R in last names, so he would be called
Okay.
Sid.
First. See,
That's
and
my-
I would.
That's my reason.
And
There you
all
go.
the stuff I said about Gosling, I would go Reynolds because I love those Deadpool movies and I want to see more of them.
Yeah, there was something with another Deadpool. He was working on something. I couldn't. It was on Instagram or one of the social medias. He's scrolling. Oh, look, Ryan Reynolds working on this.
Pull this up over here. We'll look. Just give us a cheat code.
Oh,
So these are Oscar winners, Best Actor Oscars. So I think that's really Best Actor, Actress is the top. Like that really showed you did it, right? So Anthony Hopkins.
I mean, he's a legend as well.
Brendan Fraser really came like around. He's back. Joaquin.
He was great. He had the Mummy films, and then he did come back with The Whale, and I think he won. Yeah, that's what he won it for.
Yeah.
And that was a great, phenomenal acting.
I have not watched it yet. I will. I definitely will. But it's
Phenomenal.
like I gotta choose when I want to cry. You know, like have a good cry because I know that's in there.
Gary Oldman, he's phenomenal.
Gary Oldman
as well. Yeah.
There's a chameleon.
Oh my gosh.
Go from him in Dark Knight and that series with Christian Bale to the pimp in True Romance.
Oh yeah.
That's the same guy. That's also Dracula.
Fifth Element. Yeah.
It's also Fifth Element.
Yeah, Gary Oldman is definitely. It's like, so to me right there, when you say something like that, like out of the retrospect of both of those Ryans, I'll say Oldman all day is a legend over them for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Leonardo, another one up there. He should have won an Oscar way before The Revenant.
Yeah, for sure.
We Steph and I talking about it all the time that in the Django, there's the scene where he's at the table, big dinner scene or whatever, and he cuts his hand and he just continues through because he's in the moment, in the flow, and doesn't even pause. And then they're like, "Oh, Mr. DiCaprio, we gotta fix your hand." Daniel Day-Lewis, another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, I drink it up. I drink it all up. My straw goes over there and drinks up shit.
Jeff Bridges, I see him.
Iconic movie.
Yeah, There Will Be Blood. And then what do we? Gangs of New York. Oh man, The Butcher.
Oh yeah,
great, great. And then what's the other one? Last of the Mohicans. But he won for playing Lincoln, which is like, what'd you say? Jeff Bridges. Yeah, another one. Crazy Heart. Jeez, way back. Matthew McConaughey. Another like just cool. He's like the epitome of cool. Be cooler if you did.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah. Be a lot cooler if you did. There's Daniel Day-Lewis again for there it is. There Will Be Blood. And in Lincoln. Sean Penn, another great like iconic does it all. There he is. Look, Mystic River. Milk.
Oh yeah.
2-time. Denzel, Training Day.
Denzel is great. Denzel is also very based. Like he doesn't mess around. He's like, you know what? If you don't go into the system, like you can't be canceled. Like he's out there fighting a good fight. or not participating in their, tomfoolery and
Yes.
shenanigans.
Russell Crowe, another great.
Yes, he is great. There's Jack Nicholson.
And he could have won it back to back for A Beautiful Mind this year, 2002. Yeah. That was a tough call, I think.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage.
Kevin Spacey. Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. He's great.
As good as it gets. The line that cracked me up, caught me off guard, cracked me up, was when they're getting ready to go on the road trip. And so he's got the waitress and the roommate or whatever. So he introduces them as their titles, like Carol the waitress, Simon the fag. That's how he introduces them. Totally inappropriate, but I did not expect it. And I was like, what the? Yeah. It's sort of nervous laughter, kind of, whoa, what? Tom Hanks, of course. Another one, Nicolas Cage. Tom Hanks again. Whoa. Is that 2 years in a row? Yeah. Look at that. Philadelphia, right to Forrest Gump. Al Pacino.
All right.
I said I won the Oscar, and you didn't. Al Pacino, Anthony Hopkins. Did he win up there more earlier? I think he did, yeah. He won something. There's Daniel Day-Lewis again. Three times so far.
Yeah.
I guess that's a fun question. Who's won the most Oscars? And I think it's going to be him for Best Actor anyway. Michael Douglas. Dustin Hoffman, another great, guy that can go anywhere with his acting. Angry, sad, scared. Rain Man. That's him right there. That's what he won for.
All right, I open up the lines if you want to call in to talk about Chuck Norris facts or famous Hollywood legends. Call in 941-404-5641. Lines are open.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Robert De Niro. Well, his movie, he plays a tough guy in his movies, but he's really not that.
Well, there's Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
Paul Newman, man, that's great. I mean, I love Newman's Own.
The Color of Money. That's a Tom Cruise movie.
Oh, he's in there too?
Yeah, he's so it's a movie about shooting pool. Shooting pool, hustling.
Oh, nice.
Actually, check it out. Next, put it on your list as next to watch. Because it's really good. I like Robert Duvall. He's just always fun to watch. I was Tom Cruise again. He's in Days of Thunder. I just rewatched that recently. Really good.
Oh, nice.
John Voight.
Yeah,
father of
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie Voight is really her last name. Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, he's good. I remember watching, what is that? The one with the conductor.
Richard Dreyfuss is?
Yeah. Something Opus.
Mr. Holland's Opus?
Yes. I think he's in that.
Yeah, maybe that's it, because that's a name. That's the name of a movie in my Filodex.
It's one of his movies.
We can just click them
Mr.
like
Holland's
this.
Opus, 1995. Look at what who won the most. What are you working at? Oscar?
Yeah, Oscars. Oh, yeah. Best Actor Oscar. Here, we'll do, you got it?
Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis holds the record for the most Academy awards for Best Actor, having won 3 times. He won his performances in My Left Foot, 1989, There Will Be Blood, 2007, and Lincoln, 2012. Now, who won the most Best Actress awards? Oscars.
Yeah, there we go.
Katharine Hepburn holds the record for the most Academy Awards for Best Actress, having won 4 times.
Whoa!
She won roles in Morning Glory, 1933, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, 1967, The Lion in Winter, 1968, and On Golden Pond, 1981. So, isn't there Oscar? I thought the Oscars and the Academy Awards were 2 different things.
No, that's it. You get an Oscar at the Academy Award.
Ah, okay.
You have the Golden Globes. You have the Grammys, the Emmys. Those are all different.
Yeah.
Music and TV.
Music and TV.
Oh, here we go. EGOT winners. EGOT is Emmy, Golden Globe, Oscar, and Tony.
Oh.
So an EGOT winner is an individual who has won all 4 American. I just said all of that. Viola Davis, Elton John, Jennifer Hudson, John Legend, Rita Moreno, Whoopi Goldberg, and Mel Brooks. Have all of those.
Nice. Mel Brooks. I remember this is one of my fond memories.
Audrey Hepburn.
It lives in my brain rent free. Is the first time Dave and I watched Young Frankenstein. It was at his parents' house. He had his bedroom and then he had like a living room, and we had a night of debauchery and we crashed at his place. I'm like, you gotta watch this movie. Have you seen it? It's like, I've never seen it. And we were laughing so hard at that movie. It was hilarious. Like the whole, oh, I'm a wonderful surgeon. I can help you with that hump. What hump? It's just so good. And it was like he was crying, laughing because he's never seen it before. He's like, this movie is great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So good. Oh, man. The lines are open. 941-404-5641. Hollywood, Chuck Norris facts, Hollywood legends, or anything else you guys want to talk to while you're here, while we're on. Did you pull up while we Hollywood legends, the actors that passed away this year so far?
Oh yeah, here we go. We can bring it up.
We'll do that a little bit here. Celebrities.
This
she's
is why
a legend too, man. Oh man.
Oh, Catherine O'Hare.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit.
It's so good.
Steph really got into it and watched like the whole thing, I think.
I watched it too.
And in this legends and memoriam that we're doing, Dave and I have decided to dim our lights, and that's all. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that.
No,
that's all I can say about that.
Greg Gorey decided to come to the dark side this week. I'm always in the dark.
Hour of the dark.
Come on over. Say hi. On the dark side. You watch Schitt's Creek because we're talking about Catherine.
Love Schitt's Creek.
It's so funny.
Moira.
James Vanderbeek over here. I watched Dawson's Creek live. I watched it as it aired all the way through. Didn't miss. Got our niece Samantha into it. She's rewatched it now a couple times, I think.
Good.
Chuck Norris on here?
Duvall.
We already Chuck Norris. We talked about already. That's how we started the show.
Yeah, Chuck Norris. We already went to
Let's
Chuck Norris.
start the show.
More Hollywood legends. All right.
Speaking of Robert Duvall, there he is. He passed away this year.
He was good. I
So-
just watched, what was it, Colors?
Oh wow!
And he's in. I watched it a couple months ago, and he was in Falling Down.
Oh yeah, he's the detective. Getting
Yeah,
ready to
yeah.
retire.
I'm gonna shut off the lines real quick. I want to show this because Dave sent me it. He sent me the picture of Elvis with the beard, which it is
Oh,
strikingly different than what you think of him. Can I zoom this in here? Make it
you can take mine away for now.
right there.
I tried to email it, but for some reason it didn't email. So
All right, I got it. There it is, Elvis with a beard.
Whoa!
And what film was that in?
Charro.
Charro, yeah.
Charro.
Maybe
It almost looks like a little bit like Marlon Brando too. There,
I can't
Well,
hear. I'm sorry.
beard.
There's a little thing with a factoid about that. He wanted to be. That's kind of why that look is the way it is in this movie. Let me
Because he was going for a Marlon Brando look.
Fact. He almost replaced Marlon Brando. Elvis didn't just want to be a singing movie star. He wanted to be a serious dramatic actor like his idols, Marlon Brando and James Dean. He actually took the role in Flaming Star 1960 that was originally written for Brando. In that film, he played a biracial character and only sang 2 songs. It remains one of his most critically respected but least commercially successful performances.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So he actually
Another
took a
one.
role from Brando.
I know that's. I was like, and I had a double look because it looked, it had a Brando look to it, and that's what. But that makes sense because that's what he was looking for.
When I was a way younger man, a young boy, young lad in the world, I had to go get babysat by Grandpa, and Grandpa used to watch these Westerns. And not often was Elvis on in a Western, but
Yeah.
I've watched a few of those iconic things. Another thing that a lot of people don't know, in the famous movie, one of the most iconic dance scenes in Jailhouse Rock, he aggressively slides down that fire pole so hard that his tooth, he swallowed it. It was chipped.
Oh wow!
He knocked the crown out, swallowed it, and it got into his lung. He had to have emergency surgery, and he was able to go back in a few days and finish the freaking scene, which is amazing.
Wow, that is wild.
Which is amazing.
Whoa.
You know what? You know what Hollywood legend that I would put in a legendary category that we didn't talk about, and it's funny that Gregory didn't bring it up, is Keanu Reeves. Because I just read something. I was like, oh, why hasn't he won an award? And people were like, well, because well, his acting's crap. And no, his acting, I think he's great, like, especially in like John Wick. I was going on the John Wicks. That it's
saving the best for last, Q.
Yeah, saving the best for last. And they're like, no, because one, he's in action films and sci-fi films that rarely win Best Actor awards, like, or best. They're just not. That's what he's primarily in. But yeah, he's got like more of a quieter, like, it's like subtle movements or just the gravity of what he says when he says it, like gravitas. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he can also do the rom-com, the dramatic, Lake House, A Walk in the Clouds. Those are, like...
Does Tobey Maguire have an Oscar?
Nope. Not that I saw. I went all the way down. But what would he have it for, Nixter? Probably...
The Pawn.
Cider House Rules.
What about that Pawn movie? I forgot what that's called.
Cider House Rules, maybe. That's with
No, he is not.
oh, what's his name?
AI overview.
What the?
While he has appeared in several critically acclaimed films and received awards from other bodies, such as the Saturn Awards and a Cinephora Award, he has never been nominated for or won a Oscar. But yeah, he's been in some dramatic roles.
Pawn Sacrifice, that's what it was.
On
What's
Sacrifice.
that one? What is that? Is that the one? I'll have to look up.
He plays a chess legend, an American chess legend. That movie was really good if you never watched it.
I'm thinking of the one he's a
No,
veteran.
I have not.
Yeah.
Oh, Brothers?
Yeah, where he's kind of like
That's really good.
he's messed up
He
from.
loses it.
Yeah,
It's him
I
and
saw
Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah. I saw a clip of it, and they're like, it was one of those like Nixter, like, why hasn't he won for this? Just this scene alone, like, and
Yeah.
it's when
It's
it was like they're
A
sitting at
dinner
the
table scene, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah,
I just
see?
was like, it's playing in
Brothers
my
would
head.
be the one that he could have won for. I think Spider-Man 2 won awards, not him personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brothers, you're dead on, Nixter.
But yeah, that's good.
I've got Elvis up over here.
All right, let me-
Did you know this? I knew it, but it seems strange too. 42. Right here, 42. Like, not very old at all.
No, he gained a ton of weight, and he was
Did
big
you
on.
find your pizza, baby?
He did a bunch of drugs, or I don't know if he did
Okay.
a bunch of drugs, or he did a particular
You got what?
drug a bunch.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Got
Yeah, 42. He died young. But that's
Yeah, I
the-
guess I just didn't realize it. And as you age, like, you know, closing in on your 40s, you guys, it's crazy. It's like, wait, what?
that's the age old
Now these,
saying, the candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
yeah.
What up?
Yo, DT.
Yo.
He's doing the smile. Hey, you look like an Asian restaurant poster.
Toby Maguire.
You should show. Dude, I didn't take a picture of it. I don't think.
So what are we talking about? What's going on?
We're just talking about Hollywood legends and
Chuck Norris.
just chit
Chewing
chatting
the
around.
fat.
We're just chewing the fat. Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Right now, Elvis. How do I-
The king,
I-
which, in my personal opinion,
Be careful.
Elvis Presley is not the king of rock and roll. I would say Chuck Berry is the king of rock and roll, but
Oh,
Well, we weren't talking about that.
we're not. But Elvis is the. I mean,
We're
Elvis
chewing
is
the
king.
fat.
Yeah. Shut up.
Biggest talk.
I think
Uh,
Keanu might agree with that. The king of rock and roll. Uncle Q just said the king of rock and roll is not Elvis. It's Chuck Berry.
I think there is no one king of rock and roll. There's not one
well,
person.
really, I guess you could say Les Paul could be a king of rock and roll.
But
Oh.
not Elvis.
Les Paul. It's definitely not Elvis, he said. Maybe
But, yeah,
the princes of rock and roll would be the Beatles. We were talking about
I think the Beatles are like the caregivers, like the birthing of rock and roll.
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Beatles are definitely up in the upper echelon of music history. They were the start of the British
But in that
invasion.
aspect, one of John Lennon's idols was Chuck Berry.
Yeah. Well, there was a little thing I did. Almost all British rock bands that are famous, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, the Beatles, the Stones, all all got their start covering American blues music.
Wow.
So like Led Zeppelin's first album, "You Shook Me," that's the John Lee Hooker song. The Beatles have several they've covered "Please Mr. Postman" is an earlier album that's Motown cover.
Twist and Shout is a cover, which is blows most people's minds when they figure that out because it's such a Beatles song.
A lot of like the Animals was a UK band. A bunch of American blues covers. So
back in the USSR.
Back in the USSR.
Is it a cover?
It's not, is it? No, that's not a cover.
Oh, prominent rock song, you say?
Prominent rock song. That's what he said.
Helter Skelter.
Created heavy metal.
Yeah, heavy metal has a lot to thank Helter Skelter for.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean they're definitely up there in the most influential bands of all time. But like my point is, they got their start covering American blues music.
Yeah,
like their first album, which I have, their first American album has a few covers of American blues, which would lead back to, I guess, Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
But there was somebody saying, I think it was like Keith Richards or something like that said, oh, there was a story Keith Richards told that he got punched in the face by Chuck Berry because they were opening for Chuck Berry, and he went into his room and there was his famous red guitar, and he was like, let me just strum a G chord, and then Chuck Berry came in, punched him, and he's like, don't touch my effing guitar.
Or guitar, but
guitar. Remember that time? I think you were there, Dave. We were at Uncle Joe's. Dan was there, and he was like, it was a solo, and it was like a saxophone solo, but he's like playing the guitar. I was like, it's a saxophone, Dan. It was a sax guitar. Then I'm playing a sax guitar. It's all right. Just make them up.
Classic.
That was funny. Let's see there.
Dan would do.
We got the deaths of this year. We can go through them pretty quick.
Let me pull you up.
Yeah, we're only in March.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I started to look at 2025. Let's go back because we're so early. No, we got plenty
to go over.
Yeah, Bob Weir, singer, songwriter, guitarist Bob Weir, cornerstone of the Grateful Dead.
Oh wow.
Catherine O'Hare.
Hilarious. Second City TV.
You mentioned Schitt's Creek earlier, and that's where I brought Steph in. What a hilarious.
Home Alone.
The ceiling's leaking. Is it blood?
Yeah. She was not caught, but she was stopped, I think, in an airport. And someone asked her what was her favorite role that she got to play. And she said mother.
Yeah. And
that was so, like, as a mom, that was so heart-wrenching. You know, like, God, it's not really a role, but it's a persona, I guess.
It seemed very genuine, though, where it just came out.
Yeah.
She didn't think, she didn't plan. She wasn't like, if anybody ever asked me, I'm going to say this. It just was like real and raw.
Yeah, I can't believe she said Kevin's mom. I think that's crazy.
Yeah. Desmond Wilson.
The mom. Who co-starred with Red Fox on the popular 70s Sanford and Son. 79 years old.
Is he related to Rebel Wilson?
Yeah. Bud Cort. Harold and Maude.
By the role.
James Van Der Beek.
He was relatively young as well, too. 48.
48. My age.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's only a few months older than I am.
Yeah. Well, Elvis is 42. He's 48.
February 11th.
Ah.
Mom's birthday.
Was she a fan of Dawson's Creek?
I think maybe she watched it. I don't know, like a fan, but Robert Duvall, 95. Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, sir.
He's in that. What is that? It's a George Lucas. What is it? THX.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. 1138.
Yeah, that's a trippy movie too.
Yeah. That's why that
His
audio file is called THX.
freaking
Frederick Wiseman. Oh, look at those ears.
Say cab doors are open.
He's making cookies out of olive trees, I think.
Yeah, it looks like
It's a keeper.
somebody give him a shot.
95, 96. Good job, sir. Documentary behind the film says
I haven't heard it. I
Titicaca
haven't-
Follies at Berkeley National Gallery. I don't know any of these.
Oh, Tom Noonan.
Tom Noonan. You know him?
I just watched Last Action Hero.
Yep, that's him.
Can't say I do.
74. That's pretty good too.
Yeah, only a few years shy of the life expectancy. Eric
Yeah.
Dane.
His Netflix interview that aired was a final message to his
Isn't it?
daughters.
Yeah. The
So,
Hanson
as-
doctor.
So we're watching it. They're watching it for the first time as well. It's kind of bad.
53.
Yeah.
He's up too.
53, nephew.
You know. Oh,
Chuck Norris. Walker. There he is in his Walker. Get up.
There's the video from Step Brothers where Will Ferrell's like, "Oh my God, my heart's like death," after he, delivered, Chuck Norris to the other side. Oh my God, my heart's beating so fast. Just, oh man,
86. Good run.
86, that's a good. God rest their souls.
Well, that's it for this year.
They
I think
contributed.
Steph's
great.
going to go take care of the dog.
I say King of Rock is still Elvis Presley.
You can take this down. That's it on this list.
That's my argument.
Well,
King of Rock, yeah.
He was in Vegas and near the end of his career, and he heard about this young upcoming rock star taking concert goers by storm. When he had a chance to actually talk to him, he actually reached out when he was playing in Vegas and told him to come visit him. That young rock star turned out to be Alice Cooper. Cooper was 18 years old when he met Elvis Presley for the first time. He goes up to Elvis's penthouse to meet the King of Rock. And instead of having a conversation about rock and roll and music, Elvis Presley was sitting there cleaning a weapon, and it didn't have any bullets in it because he's a known armyman. And he asked him to approach him, and he tossed him the gun. And he's like,
oh wow,
pointed at me. And he points the gun at Elvis Presley, and he disarms him, and he teaches him how to disarm somebody when you are unarmed. True story.
wow, that's wild. That's wild.
If Chuck Berry has stories like that about other rock and roll stars, I will agree with you. But just music alone, I can agree with the fact that it should be Chuck Berry, but the legend and the lore still carry over long past.
I will say I will agree with that. That music wise, I go put Chuck Berry, but on just a national, international stage, it's Elvis. I mean,
To become
plus
king.
everybody knows. Yeah, everybody, Elvis is left. He had just such, that suit. It's so famous. Like anybody. It's almost like if you ask like kids, what was it? It was one of the documentaries. They showed a picture of Jesus Christ and they showed a picture of Ronald McDonald. They knew who it was. That's the same thing. Anybody you pull up, that's Elvis. But you pull up some, you put Chuck Berry, I don't know who that is. Everybody knows who Elvis is.
It's probably Elvis. Go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead.
No, go
It's
ahead.
probably Elvis,
Quentin, you go.
Jesus,
Okay, cool.
Mickey Mouse. You know, those are the people that people know. What was the other one? It's Elvis.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, probably.
Norris is up there now, too. He's like, yeah, that's
But
Chuck Norris.
Jesus, Superman, Mickey Mouse, Elvis.
I
Probably
think more
those
people
four.
know Batman than Superman.
And maybe Batman, too. But
Batman,
Superman's in the list that I saw. So
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say Batman over
Of course he's
Superman.
on your list, Greg.
Batman.
He's on any list. King of rock and roll, Superman.
Worldwide of the list we're talking about.
Yeah.
Notoriety worldwide.
Actor Superman.
Mickey Mouse, Jesus, Superman.
Something very
Elvis.
cool that I found out when I was doing rock and roll research about, obviously, the King. There was some footage that came out because it was actually not released, but they released the music side of what he recorded in his studio leading up to his last tour. And they would get in preparation, the whole band and everybody, for like an 8-hour to 10-hour day in a studio. And they actually filmed some of it, and it came out as a documentary. And there's a clip where they do like a whole front side of the
Speakers are
set
back in.
like 1 minute increments. So if you ever wanted to hear Jailhouse Rock really quick and all his hits, it's actually pretty incredible. It's pretty funny.
Then, well, Dave showed me this guy, and I think you showed me he was pegged as like the next Elvis, and that was Robert Gordon. He sang that he had a really Elvis look to him, or tried to. Here's a picture of him. Loading. There it is. And I think that you tell me Bruce
Springsteen gave him
wrote a song for him, and I can't remember which song now.
You can actually just type in Robert Gordon, Bruce Springsteen, and it'll come right up.
Without a space.
And it was a song that he actually gave to
Fire.
The What-Ifs sisters. I forgot what their name is.
Rockabilly singer, famously recorded the first version of Bruce Springsteen's Fire in 1978. There it is.
Wow.
If you ever never heard of that guy, man, he's got a really
I bought one of his I think I sent you a picture. I bought one of his albums.
he's great. But he has I guess what his iconic thing is like if Elvis never died. This is what he would be in a rock and roll band.
That's cool. Well, Dave, you give us your closing remarks.
We did it dark on purpose, but yeah, a little bit. We're going turn light up for the remarks.
Closing remarks.
We're ready. Are we closing it out already? What happened?
Yeah. I mean, it's
been an hour and a half.
Yeah, we've been on an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're done.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley is generally recognized as the biggest selling solo artist of all time. Estimating his worldwide sales between 1 billion and over 1.8 billion records. While Michael Jackson's Thriller is the best-selling album, Elvis leads in total overall career sales. Still, and when did he die?
70s, I thought.
70s. Supposedly.
74? Yeah, supposedly.
Well,
Conspiracy theories.
It's all alleged.
According to MIB, he was an alien. 77. August 16th, 1977.
I thought top selling solo artist was Garth Brooks.
Yeah, so let's see. Michael Jackson, Madonna, Elton John, Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks, number one. Yeah.
Wow.
Certified units in millions, 162. Oh, you can bring this up real quick if you like. But I know you're trying to close it down. I wanted to do this last thing on.
Well, it's a Midwestern goodbye. So
Midwestern goodbye. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So anyway.
All right. Yeah.
Goodbye. Yes. And also, I don't know how to get that away, but we'll be back.
Wow. Only artist with 9 diamond certified albums. Holy crap.
Wow.
Also simultaneously being a murderer.
Yes. Following John Segura around town.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, number 2. Taylor Swift, obviously.
He's slowly climbing up.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson,
Michael Jackson, Billy Joel.
Billy
And
Joel
that's it.
only
We just
1
got the top
million.
5 here.
All right.
89 million.
Give your closing remarks. We'll go back to Dave since you're chit-chatting. You do your closing remarks.
No. I'm just chewing on the fat over here. I'm still chewing, digesting.
All right, Dave, closing remarks.
Yeah, I mean, no matter who your number one is, you know, everyone's going to find their number one rock star, their number one guiding light, their number one in their world, the ruler of rulers, the reason why you are the way you are. And remember that you are, you know, an individual, you are unique and you are different. We're not the same. So keep your uniqueness and create your creativity, and don't be afraid to be different. That's all I got for you this week. Appreciate you guys for having me on.
Thank you. Gregory.
Yeah, I like that. Forge your own path. You know, be your own person. And these people are doing that, you know, in the Hollywood, as we're doing Hollywood Legends. They're doing something that puts them up there and trend sets and creates just for us to be entertained, and, you know, thank everybody out there still doing it. All the Ryans. If your first name is Ryan, thank you. You know, you're pretty awesome. You got the name now. Now show it. Prove it.
Yeah. Which Ryan are you going to be? That's what, you know.
Yeah.
My closing remarks is, you know what, with everything going on in the world, maybe turn off the news, listen to some music, some good music, watch a movie without CGI in it, you know, and try to sing and, you know, dance and listen to music and sing and dance and unplug for a minute, you know, go into a good story with some good actors, and like, especially like during Halloween, we just watched Vincent Price movies and Peter Cushing movies. Like, watch the older movies, because there's more storytelling, there's less CGI. There's more for the actor to show their craft. And that's it. God bless everybody.
Yeah, amen. God bless.
Just like, subscribe to the show. Check out our affiliate Dubby. Use promo code Chewing. You get 10% off. And we'll catch you next week, next Wednesday. Same.
Grab some merch.
Grab some merch, yeah. The Shopify store. Grab a shirt. Grab a notebook to write down your thoughts and future songs. And be safe out there, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. We'll catch you next week.
Well, then you won't, then you rather not go. I'm gonna say it to you. These 3 little words, and they mean that we are through.